Perfect. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. You guys are gonna just be sick of me by the end of this morning. I get up at 2:30 every morning. So I've been doing all the things. I never, ever get to hop on these because I work Monday through Friday generally. So I am super grateful to be here today. Especially with one of my favorite people in the entire universe, Sarah. We do a lot of life and business together. So I really feel like we're going to be able to bring you guys a lot of positivity this Friday morning. We're going to start obviously with gratitude and journaling. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to always be the most important part of your day. I know that you hear this all the time, but if you can be consistent with loving yourself, if you can be consistent with starting your day in a positive light and finding the things that make your heart happy, it will make your business grow. It will make your life so much fuller. When I started this business, I will tell you right now, I thought gratitude journaling was the most ridiculous waste of time. My mindset, as I'm sure a lot of yours was before Thrive, was in a really rough place. And it took me a while to get on board with my self-development. But I will tell you, it will change your business if you do it 7 days a week. It is probably the most important thing you can ever do, is getting your mind right. So this morning, I would love for you to write in your gratitude journal. If you feel comfortable, share it in the chat, share it with everybody, spread that love and light out there. But I want you to start with 5 things that you're grateful for, 5 things in your life right now that you are grateful for, 5 things that make your world a better place, and write those out. And then one thing I want you to add today is I want you to write down 5 people you're grateful for. 5 humans in your world that bring you happiness, or laughter, or safety, or peace. And there's going to be a reason for that. And then I also want you to write down one challenge that you're going through right now. One thing that you're struggling with or you're working through. And the reason I add that into my personal gratitude is because after I write down that challenge, I write down what I'm learning from it. There is always a lesson. There is always a lesson. You are never, ever given more than you can handle. I know that just looking around right now, I know some of you have some massive struggles going on in your life right now. You are having life happen, but there's a reason for it. There's always a lesson. There is always something that you're going to grow from. So I always write down the things I'm grateful for. I write down people in my life that I am grateful for. And then I write down something I'm struggling with and something that I'm learning from it. That's how I begin my day. I encourage you to take a look at those people that you wrote down at some point today and send them a kind message. If they matter to you, I strongly encourage you to take 5 minutes of your day today and let them know that. We think that the people in our life know that they matter, and we take it for granted sometimes. I know I do. I sometimes just accept that they know how much they mean to me. They know how much they impact my life. And the reality is you don't always know that. Sometimes you feel forgotten. So please take 5 minutes at some point today when you're doing your IPAs and send those messages and let those people know that they matter. I will tell you, being around inspired people, enthusiastic people, is the fastest way to transform your life. If you surround yourself with the people that believe in you, the people, oh, thank you for sharing, the people that light your fire and make you feel at home, that is the fastest way to level up. So as we know, we are waiting for heat to drop. We're going to move on over to Laval News. We are waiting for heat to drop. I hope it is soon, because chill has hit a lot of homes. And every single customer promoter that has gotten chill in their hands on my team has had incredible things to say about it. If you haven't gotten chill, make sure you get it in your hands, whether you grab it from a teammate, if you can't order it right now, or whatever the case is. And I strongly encourage I have added this. So when I am talking someone through ordering, when I am customizing someone's pack, I ask the same questions every time. Okay. The same thing every single time, no matter what. I ask them how much caffeine they're drinking. I ask them how much water, what their diet looks like, what their goals are. And I have added into my little regimen of customizing packs, I have added, do you struggle with any kind of stressful or anxious feelings? How do you feel like you're coping right now? Like I get into that. And I have that as my kind of last question when customizing a pack, because along the way, depending where our relationship is, I want them to feel comfortable talking to me about that. Not everybody is going to feel comfortable opening up and saying, no, I feel like there's a boulder sitting on my chest. So I kind of leave that for last, and depending on our relationship is how I'm going to word that question. But you guys, that add-on, that very, very slight price point that we have on that add-on is going to be a great upsell for your packages, and it freaking works. I was really hesitant to try it because I don't do well with things. I've struggled forever with trying to find medications and stuff like that. Like I struggle with finding the right thing, and I don't take over-the-counter stuff. I get drowsy, and I was so scared to take this. And I will tell you, you can take it any time of day. And for me, it really helped focus. Instead of having 1,000 thoughts racing through my brain about all the things I need to accomplish, I was actually able to focus on one thing and not feel overwhelmed with the rest. So make sure you're talking to your people about it. Get that in your stories. If you are not using that as a poll in your stories, as a post at least once a week to get engagement, who in your audience struggles with anxious feelings, who is looking for a way to be able to kind of center themselves naturally. And I highly suggest you stay on it, and don't forget to talk to people about heat. If your customers, if your people are not messaging you saying, hey, has it dropped yet? When's it coming? If you don't have them excited, then you know that you can do more. You know that you can get out there talking about it more, get on a live, get in the forefront. Getting people, there's a reason the company does such big drops, right? There's a reason we go to conference and they get us all amped up for these products coming, for the detox coming. It's the same concept that you're going to use with your potentials, with your customers, with your people. There's a reason businesses do pre-orders, right? It's getting that excitement going. And guys, excitement is contagious. So heat is going to be the same, the same technology concept. It's going to be the little packet, dissolves directly on your tongue. And that way it's going to kind of bypass all those digestive things, and it's going to get into your bloodstream. It's going to absorb very, very quickly. And then it is going to help with weight loss. So the cool thing is, if you have people that are looking or starting their weight loss journey, this is going to be a bomb add-on. I imagine the price point is going to be the same as Cho. Obviously, don't quote me, but I imagine that's what it's going to be. And then Getaway. I know a million people have talked about this. I know everyone is reminding everyone of this. I know we have heard a lot of leaders say the last trip to Vegas, they did open it up to 4Ks. I hope every single one of you is running for that. I hope every single one of you, it does not matter your volume or what your rank was last month or where you at. And this is why I wanted Sarah here today, because our topics today, every time I teach on it or talk on it, I think of Sarah, because anything can change overnight. I promise you. And the cool thing about Vegas is it's affordable, even if you don't earn the getaway. It's something that you can start, like, just throwing this out there. Let's say you have someone join your team after qualifications. It's an affordable trip that you could take to be with your team without earning the trip as well. So I'm super happy that it's in the US. I'm super happy that we're going to be able to see a lot of our Canadian people and people that weren't able to travel on the previous ones. But I will tell you, do not for a second stop running for that. Every single one of you can hit the qualifications. Even if you don't hit the rank, hitting the qualifications is going to level up your business. Hitting the qualifications is also going to set you up just in case they do open up other ranks. You never know. So make sure you are hustling. I'm serious. Do not stop. Do not stop. Every single day that better be on your vision board. That better be posted around your house. You better see it. You better feel it, because the amount of growth that will happen to you business wise, emotionally, when you are surrounded by your tribe, when you are able to be sitting next to your people, getting loved on and getting your cup filled, is you can't get anywhere else. So we're going to talk about bouncing back from hard months, because the beginning of summer tends, you may be killing it. A lot of you are killing it. But the beginning of summer, everybody has their seasons. The beginning of summer tends to be a lot of people's struggle point. Kids are going back, getting out of school. Hang on one second. I'm sorry. I have to. Okay. So kids are getting out of school. Life is changing. People tend to be more busy, and coming back from a tough month is a lot harder than maintaining your momentum from a good one, right? When you have momentum, everything is easy. Everybody has those harvesting seasons. And when you have that momentum, everything comes easy. People are enrolling, you are getting potentials, you are getting reach outs, everything feels good. And then you're going to inevitably hit a wall. It's just part of business, period. I don't care what business you're in. Everybody has ups and downs. And having a tough month and then bouncing back from that, or maybe some of you kind of fell off with your business, you didn't stay consistent and you struggled a little bit with that. Coming back can be really hard. And on our team, on Sarah and I's team, we talk a lot about the hard stuff, because I feel like sometimes new promoters come into this business and they have an expectation that everything is going to be easy. They have an expectation that they're going to come in, they're going to sign people, and it's just going to roll. Because a lot of times when people hit promoter in the beginning, they get a lot of interest because it's something new. Their friends and family have never heard about it before. You have your warm market. And a lot of times we're not giving our people realistic expectations about starting a business. We make it sound more of a hobby and a fun experience, and we're not real with them. And then we wonder why people fall off and give up on themselves. We wonder why people stop chasing their dreams and don't keep the same level of excitement the day that they sign. It's because they didn't know what to expect. And I know Lisa teaches a lot on this too. And that's kind of where I learned it from, was making sure people understand, okay, if this is your goal, this is what it's going to take to get there. If you are starting a business and you want to be successful in this business, you need to be looking at it as a 3 to 5 year plan. And that's 3 to 5 years of consistency. That's not 3 to 5 years of showing up on the weekends or being consistent for a week and then disappearing. It is showing up. It is getting on the Zooms. It is posting. It is adding new friends. It is being active in your stories. It is doing your follow-ups. And if somebody comes in and they think that every day is going to be harvest season, they're going to get really, really defeated. And what happens when bonuses drop, like right now, or getaways drop, like right now, and they see everybody earning them around them? They feel like they see everyone earning them, right? They're seeing shout outs popping up. They're seeing people being celebrated. And what if they haven't even signed a customer? What are they going to feel like, right? They're going to think this isn't for them. They're going to think they're not good at this. And that's not the reality, right? We know that every single person starts at a certain point with their market and in their business and with their level of understanding of network marketing. So the reason we wanted to talk about this today is because we have bounced back from hard. We have bounced back from really hard and defeating places. If you know my story, I came in super hot. Things were exciting in the beginning, hit the bonuses and went 12K in 70 days and everything was amazing. And then my entire team fell off the face of the planet. And the majority of my customers quit ordering. And I felt very alone. I don't have an upline or an upline after that upline. I don't have a ton of support. My husband's literally my only supporter, and it took him 9 months to support me at all. So I felt very alone. I felt like I was not good enough. I felt like I couldn't be successful in this business. I was watching a lot of people win around me, and all of a sudden I was a brand promoter again, and I had lost my bonus, and I had lost, my auto bonus, and I had lost all the people around me. And I thought, I'm not a good enough leader. Obviously, I can't retain people. Like I'm definitely not good at this. And it took me a long time to realize it's not about me. The universe does not revolve around me. People give up on themselves, not on me. People quit not because I fail at leadership, but because they lose sight of the vision or life happens to them. It has nothing to do with me. And it was timing. I'm telling you right now, looking back, that literally was the universe humbling me and showing me how to grow through hard things. You cannot be successful in any business unless you know how to bounce back. I will tell you that right now. I do not care if you start a bakery. I don't care if you have a dog grooming business. It does not matter whatever you're doing in life. If you are not capable of, I don't want to say enjoying, but accepting the hard and knowing that this is a necessary evil to be successful. The hard parts are there for a reason. It is to teach you a lesson. It's just like the crappy people in your life. People that hurt you or betray you or lie to you or don't treat you good are there on purpose too. They have a purpose. They're there for a reason. People come into your life either to make you better or to teach you a lesson, period. I don't care what anybody says. Every single person comes into your life with a purpose. So it's the same with your business. Those hard parts, those people quitting, those defeating moments, those missing a bonus, those falling short on a goal, that all happens on purpose. Because until you can embrace that as a natural part of business, until you can look at a crappy check and go, yep, I could have done better. I'm going to do better. I'm giving myself a raise next week. Instead of feeling defeated about it, you can't take yourself to that next level. Your mindset will always exceed your paycheck. Your mindset will always get there first. You want to come a paycheck, you need to have the mindset first. And it was a big reality check to me when I started talking to some 200K is when I had that really defeating moment. And you guys, when I say I lost 12K, I'm talking about I had a negative check. How the heck can you have a negative check with Lavelle? Right? We run a free business. How can you have a negative check? Oh, I had a negative check. I had so many returns in my downline. I owed Lavelle money. And I was showing up every single day. In almost 3 years, there has never been a day that I've taken off. I've definitely done bare minimum some days, right? I have absolutely done less. But I have never not posted. You will not find a day in the last 2.5 years that I did not post about the products, the business, or my 5 things. You will never find a day where I'm not active in my stories. There are days that I check out. There are days that, we lose someone or my kids are sick or something happens. I had emergency surgery on my neck a couple months ago that really laid me out. And so I'm doing the bare minimum, right? Like I'm doing my IPAs, but nothing more than the basics, but I've never not showed up. So when I lost everything, I had 5 months of a drought, 5 months of, I think I had a 0 PPA for a solid almost 3 months, a 0 PPA. I went from a 54 PPA to a 0. Talk about humbling. And I'm telling you, if I didn't have self-development, I wouldn't be here today. If I would not have pushed through it, and it was not easy. I'm not trying to make it sound like it was easy because I cried myself to sleep plenty of nights. I had plenty of moments where I was like, wow, I guess I'm just not good enough. But on the other end of that struggle was a massive lesson, and it was a massive comeback. And now I look back and I go, that was so necessary, because had I never lost everything, when I inevitably have an entire leg fall or something massive happen in my business, I would have not been equipped to handle it. Had I not had a massive setback, Sarah wouldn't be here today. Had I not had a massive setback, my team never would have hit 80K ever. That all comes from growth. So I'm going to pass it over to my bestie here because she has the biggest growth story. I'm telling you guys, when I think growth and comeback and fire, it's all Sarah. Take it away, babe.
Oh, good morning. I don't know how to follow you up ever, but we're going to try. You guys, so back to the vacations and stuff. First of all, run for the vacations, run for the getaways. But if you're running just for that, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Don't run your butt off and work yourself and burn yourself out to try to qualify for something and then just stop. Okay. Because you're always going to set yourself back. They say the comeback is stronger than the setback, but don't get in that place. Don't make it to where you have to come back. Stay consistent. If you stay consistent and you post at the minimum, if you have to on a certain day, do that. Throw your vitamins in your stories, throw a post up super quick, get with a leader, get with a friend, have somebody help you. If you are stuck and you have nothing in your brain, have somebody help you with the post. Don't not do it. Don't give yourself excuses because we all know no matter what you're doing, it's a diet, it's a workout plan, it's journaling, it's taking your kids somewhere once a week. If you start out with an excuse, it's going to get easier every single week, right? Excuses are easier than pushing through. Don't do that to yourself. Me personally, I never hit a single bonus. I've been with Lavelle for 2 years. And I never hit a single bonus, not one time until I hit 12K in January. Yes, I went 4K. Yes, I went 8K. But the GOAT, all the promotions, all the this, that, get this volume, get that volume, I never once hit a bonus. When those GOAT, that GOAT promotion dropped 2 times, guess how much volume I had? 0. I didn't even get one single customer for that GOAT promo. And I shut down. I stepped back. I didn't reach out. I felt defeated, but guess what? You have to keep doing the things. And like Ashley says, harvesting season, planting season, it's all a thing. Everybody has it. There's 200K leaders that are stuck within 2 weeks of never enrolling somebody, and it happens. And I've heard it from a millionaire leader that she didn't sign somebody for 2 weeks. And when she did, she was excited. Okay. And that was Lisa Fuller, I believe. She was on like a path. She got stuck, and that really hit with me because we don't realize that just because they're 200K and just because they're millionaire leaders and they have everything together and they're on all the Zooms and they do all the things, they still have to qualify for those getaways, right? They don't get a free pass. They still have to hustle and get 2 new customers. They still have to get the new volume. They still have to do all the things. And we fail to forget that people that are in a different season than us might have been they were where we are. They were struggling. They were crying to themselves at night and not doing all the things, or maybe they were doing all the things and they feel defeated. They felt defeated. And we forget that because if you don't have somebody to talk to and kind of put it into your brain, you're never going to understand it. If you're by yourself and you don't reach out, you're going to be stuck. So I don't care who you reach out to, reach up, over, around, down. I don't care who your person is. Talk to a friend that's not even with Lavelle. Talk to somebody who's outside of what you are doing, to really put in perspective, to give yourself grace. Always give yourself grace. So don't get yourself in that position to come back. Stay focused, stay consistent. And I get it. Life happens. I know it. Life happens, you guys. I've said it on many Zooms before, and I'll say it again. My city was burning down. 10 blocks from me, if not less, my city was burning to the ground from rioting. But guess what? I still showed up. I had to. We still had to go to work, right? Businesses don't stop. So why should you stop running your business? Why should you stop from putting food on the table for your family? Because life's happening. And I woke up that morning after the stuff happened and I reached out to Ashley. I said, dude, I'm stuck. I don't have a clue what I can post, what I should post, how I should post. And I literally was second guessing myself. And I sent Ashley my whole entire post and said, would you be offended by that? She's like, absolutely not. And she reminded me that I'm not doing it to hurt people. I'm doing it to help people. And I got backlash from that. I've had people message me and say, how dare you post about something so positive? And how can you think life is so great when your city's burning down? You know what my response to that was? I need to be the light on your timeline, right? Scroll your feed and all you see is negative. All you see is people crying, pictures of your town burning down, places that you grew up with as a child that are no longer there anymore. Okay. Parking lots burnt down, cars, millions and millions of cars. I'm not even dollars of cars are burnt down to the ground where you can't even tell what it is. So yeah, I thought about it. And at that point in time, I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't post. Maybe I should just lay low a couple of days and not even go on my Facebook. But then who am I to not give somebody else some positiveness on their Facebook? Because all they see is the burning down. A lot of my friends are from the same city. We need that. And you can't get stuck in that mindset. Okay. So if it's hard and you think, what, for 1 second, should I do it? Do it. Just do it. Make it simple. It doesn't always have to be a paragraph. It doesn't always have to be a big thing. Find a meme or something on Pinterest, a quote that you love, and put praying hands or a heart. Simple, right? I've had so much, I don't know the word, like response from the simplest posts. But if you're taking longer than a few minutes to put a post up, stop it. Just stop it. Find a quote, put it up there, move on. Think of something else to post in 3 hours. You don't have to post every hour. You don't have to post every hour and a half. Post when you can, though. Share your journey, share your life, share your family. Don't just throw up Thrive, okay? I literally, like I said, didn't hit any bonuses. I hit 12K in January. So I didn't come off hitting the ground running. I came off slow like a snail and nothing was happening for me. Maybe for the first 6 months, I didn't even have a single paycheck. I was thriving free, but my paycheck wasn't even enough to transfer into money or credits. I had to just sit there until my next check came so I could transfer it. And I thought, well, shoot, I got a $10 check. That's sweet, right? It's not much, but guess what? It's extra $10 in my pocket, right? It's an extra $10 on my order. It's half of the hand motion, right? You have to look at the plus side of it. Find the silver lining. Don't get upset if you're not making $1,000 a week. It takes time. You know, you have that choice to give yourself that raise. You don't have to wait for the manager to call you in the office at your 9-month review or your year review and say, well, here's 10 cents. Think about it. You get a raise at work working for somebody else, you're going to get maybe a quarter if you're lucky. And you busted your butt to do all the things for them to give you 25 cents for the whole year. Here, you can raise your paycheck by $100. You can raise your paycheck by $1,000. It's all on how much you want, right? So stop the excuses. Don't get in that mindset. Just do it. Do it scared. And that's one of the biggest things I can tell you is do it scared. And if you're too afraid to do it alone, ask somebody to help you. Going live, share your life, share your journey. I went to 12K. I was over halfway to 40K. And guess what? I went back down to just maintaining 12K because it happens. You're going to enroll 1,000 people over the time and 800 of them are going to quit, right? Every 10 people, 9 of them are probably going to quit because people don't have the same vision as you. And that's okay. That's why it's a business. That's why we stay consistent. That's why we talk about our life. It shouldn't be hard. It's simple, right? It's simple to do the things. It's not always easy, but it's simple. So you have to stay consistent. You have to stay positive. You have to stay doing your journaling. You have to do your gratitude. Lean out. Make sure, I don't care how many people you have on your team, write them down and make sure you're reaching out to them. Make sure you're helping them help their team. Don't let people get stuck where they don't know what to do and then they burn out. They don't have you talking to them. They don't have your inspiration. They see you winning, right? But they don't know that at home, your kid just tore down the toilet seat, your dishes broke on the floor, the dog's running crazy, you and your husband are fighting. They don't see that. We don't post about how angry we are and how bad our day was. You can talk about it, right? But people don't always see all of the things. So people look and think, oh, well, she's winning. She's got this, she's got that. How did she do this? How did she do that? But that's because you're showing people your life. You can show them all of your life, or you can show them a tiny bit of your life. But the more you show, the more people are going to relate to you. So coming back is hard. It's very hard. I personally struggle. I lost a bonus already this year, and it kills to lose that money, right? It kills to not only lose that money, but I feel like I need to do more. There's more people in just my city that can really benefit from this product, that can have a better life, that can feel better, have more energy for their kids. Just yesterday, I had a friend and a lady I work with. She was like, okay, you're doing the things. Like, I see Thrive. I thought for sure you'd quit. But she kept talking about how tired she was and how all she wanted to do was stay awake for the Bucks game. The Bucks game starts at 8 o'clock Central Time. That might be early for some people, but that could be super late to others. So I told her, I said, take this capsule, take this Thrive capsule. You're going to stay awake at least till halftime. Who would have thought, if I would have never have talked about that, she would have never have known that there's a chance that she could stay awake for this game. And she was excited. She took the capsule. She never once talked to me about Thrive, but I kept telling her. So do your belly to belly, do your posts, do your reach outs. Don't get yourself in that spot to have to come back. That's the biggest advice I can give anybody. Stay consistent. Do the bare minimum if you have to, but don't get stuck in that bare minimum. Don't get stuck in doing just because you feel like you have to. If you feel like you have to do something, then you should probably find a different business. You should probably find something else that you like, that you're passionate about. If you feel that you have to do something and you just don't want to, right? Life happens. Do the things, do the reach outs, do the follow-ups. Ash, that's pretty much all I have.
You are so incredible. So incredible. I'll tell you guys, imagine that. Like, I want you to think about that. I watched her for a year not making any progress. And she still showed up. She still showed up. And she wasn't afraid to come to me. You know, like, this is what I think was a huge game changer for her, is we built a trusting relationship where we can go to each other. When I need a sounding board, when I need advice, when I need someone to look over my stuff, when I need someone to weigh in on a conversation. And the same with her, we have each other. We decided to lock arms and do life and business together. So I want you to think about, if you even have one promoter in your team, do you know their why? Do you know what gets them up in the morning? Because if you don't, you need to have that conversation. If it's someone that's personally enrolled to you, that trusted you, that hit that button scared, just like you did, you should know their why. When you know your team's why, you're going to be able to help them grow, achieve the things that they're looking for, actually get the results that they want. And you're going to be able to help them stay focused. Because there are times when we all feel like throwing our hands up in the air, throwing our phone across the room and not answering any more messages. We need to know what it is that keeps us pushing through. When people quit on us, when things don't go right, when we lose a bonus, when we don't hit a getaway, like, what are the things that are going to keep you going? And you got to know that about your team too. You have to know what it is. And that's the thing, you know, we know that 85% of sales come from the 8th to the 15th reach out, right? The majority of sales come from at least 8 to 15 conversations. And it's not going to be any different with the promoters that you're signing up. I know that the number one thing people say is, I'm struggling getting promoters. Well, number one, that statement right there is going to hold you back from growing your team. That statement right there is gonna prevent you from growing your team the way you're capable of, because you're already telling yourself that it's a struggle for you, right? But in reality, what is the difference between signing a customer and signing a promoter? There's no difference. One can earn free products, one can earn free products and a paycheck. There's no difference. The difference is in your mind. So if talking to a potential customer, it's going to take 8 to 15 times on average to get them to take a chance on themselves and believe in you. Are you talking to potential promoters 8 to 15 times? Or are you throwing the business out there, having them say you're crazy, and then you go, I can never bring that up again, right? Like that scares the crap out of me. They just told me no. There is no difference between a potential promoter telling you no and a potential customer telling you no. You have to stop. You have to remove that division in your head. Once you do that, you're going to sign people a whole lot easier. Once you start talking to people as passionately about the business as you do the products, you're going to sign promoters. It took me a long time to realize that. It took me a long time to realize that. But when I realized that, that's when I came out of my 5-month dump. And at the time, I thought it was a dump. Like I said, it was a huge growth period. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about this business. I learned so much about network marketing and branding myself, and how to build trust with people and how to be a better leader. Without those 5 months, I would never be where I am today. But in those 5 months, like that's what it took for me to realize, why does talking about the business scare me so much? What? Because I'm not winning right now? It has nothing to do with me. Why am I sitting over here being all selfish, thinking it has all to do with me? When I'm talking to someone about the business, it's not about where I'm at. It's about what I have to offer them. It's about where I can help them go, right? It's the same with the products. I used Thrive to gain 35 pounds, okay? The majority of the people I'm talking to want to lose weight. So when I'm talking to someone, I don't hesitate to talk about weight loss just because that wasn't my journey, just because I've gained 35 pounds, right? That doesn't hold me back from talking about how incredible this is for weight loss. So why would talking to someone about the business, why would you be held back just because of where you're at right now? That's completely irrelevant. That has nothing to do with anything. And I'm telling you, I told my person, no, hell no. Stop talking to me about it. Do not tag me on Facebook. I muted you on Facebook. I'm sick of seeing your stuff. I swear to you, if you mention Thrive one more time, I'm gonna slap you with that little sticker you wear. I said all of those things, you guys. I was an ass. I was an ass. I made fun of it. I said, oh, you think I'm 5 years old? I'm gonna stick stickers on myself and I'm gonna feel better. Like, get out of here with that crap. I seen her every day at work, and every day at work, she told me how badly I needed this. And every day I told her to shut up. And if she would have taken that no, like, oh my gosh, if she would have taken it personally, like, oh my gosh, wow, she was rude, I can never bring that up again. Like that, I feel so uncomfortable now. And then she would have ran with that, my life never would have changed. My baby's life never would have changed. I never would have had this tribe, this community. I never would have left the country ever. I never would have owned a passport. I can very confidently say that. I never in a million years thought I would ever be able to take a vacation. And I was resigned to that life. I was content with being stuck and broke and behind on everything. So it all comes down to, what are you going to be confident about? What are you going to be excited about? The more excited you are about this business, the more promoters you're going to enroll. I promise you. And if you're struggling with that, grab yourself a Sarah, man. Find your person that you can be completely yourself with and say, listen, I need to like practice on you. Can I like talk to you about the business? Because I'm having a hard time communicating to people. I freeze up. I don't know what to say. I don't have the confidence. Like, can I role play with you? Because I need to figure out my verbiage. Once you get your verbiage down, it does not, this is like one of the non-secret secrets. I swear to you, once you get your verbiage down, it doesn't matter how scared you are or how intimidated someone makes you. If you're talking to your dream teamer, like that unicorn, that person, you know, would slay this, and it scares you to death to talk about it to you. As long as you have your verbiage down and you know it like the back of your hands, it doesn't matter how much you're shaking on the inside, the words are going to flow. I say the same freaking thing every single time, no matter who I'm talking to. I have gotten my verbiage down to a place, no matter how exhausted I am, or how much my kids are being crazy heads and they're destroying my house, or how mad I am at my husband, or you know, how sucky my job is. It doesn't matter the situation I'm in. If someone says, hey, can you tell me more about that Thrive stuff? I say the same thing every single freaking time. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I am so excited to talk to you about this. I cannot believe I haven't brought this up before. So I don't know how long you've been watching me or how much you looked into Thrive, but it has absolutely changed my life. So before I go into all the things, talk to me. What are you looking for? Do you want the weight management, energy, mood support? Are you looking to make a paycheck? What is it that you want? And I'll customize this to fit you. And then I shut up and I wait for them to talk to me about them. And then I ask them all the questions. Okay, so what does your water intake look like? How much caffeine are you using? Talk to me about your diet. How much are you moving your body every day? And then I ask them probably 2 to 3 times throughout the conversation if they want to join the business in a different way. So in the beginning, I ask if they want to make money. And then as we're going through, I go, hey, so before we go in and create this account, we can do it as a free customer. We can do it as a free promoter. Depending on what you want out of this and how many people you want to share this with, because I do have some promoter packs that have some freebies in it, discounts, stuff like that. And I wait and listen. Now, I will tell you though, I will not sign somebody up unless it is double, triple fast starts. I will never sign somebody up as a promoter if they don't want to promote. So when I say that I ask them multiple times, I do ask them. But if they're like, yeah, I'm not going to like talk about it. I'm not going to post about it. I don't tell anyone about it, but I'd like to get the deal. Okay, no problem. We're going to get you in as a customer. I'm going to help you get your products free. We'll get you feeling good first. And then my goal is that you never pay for your products again. We'll work on that. And then down the line, if you're interested in making a paycheck, I can switch you over. I will never have someone just sign up for the hell of it, because what does that do for you? Nothing. And all that does for them is put them in a position where they're going to miss their bonuses because they don't want to work their business. And then when they inevitably do want to work the business, you've taken that opportunity away from them. They're not going to be able to VIP. They're not, you know, and we know that your success in this business has nothing to do with the VIP bonuses, right? It's incredible momentum. We focus on it with every single person. But you can definitely become a millionaire without ever hitting a bonus. We know that. But someone new, not even having the opportunity, it's going to affect them. If they find out a year from now that they could have earned $1,300 in their first 2 weeks and they didn't even know it, they're going to be a little pissed. I'm sure some of you have been in that situation. You know, I mean, I know for me, like it was very, very shortly after I signed up that my promoter left. So a lot of people have to look to their sidelines. If you are one of those people that don't have that upline support, first of all, I'm glad you're here. Second of all, I hope you find the people that you can lock arms with and that light your fire, because I will tell you, a sideline will give you more inspiration and teach you more lessons and help you through all of the hard. Something incredible happens when you share the vision with someone and you don't benefit each other at all in this business. There is something so beautiful about that. And I could never, ever, ever have accomplished half the things I have without my sidelines. So I hope you guys are really leaning in. And if you don't have that person, start like following the people that inspire you and message them. Like just send the message like, hey, listen, I've been watching you. Like, I'm not a creeper, but you really do inspire the crap out of me. And I would love to get on a Zoom with you one day and pick your brain. Or I would love to sit in on one of your team Zooms and kind of hear how you teach and pick up some stuff from you. I hijack all the people's Zooms. I will jump on all the team Zooms. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter where they are in Lavelle. We're all working towards the same thing. Another thing I will tell you is Sarah, one of the main reasons she had that explosion after a year is she started wildly pushing herself out of her comfort zone. When she started, she didn't want to talk to people. She didn't want to post. She didn't want to share her life. She didn't want to brand herself. And in the last 6 months, she has literally just jumped off a cliff. She was like, forget it. I'm running. I may fall, but I hope I fly. And she just took off. She's talking to people in Walmart. She's talking to people at the grocery store. Like, she's talking to people at the gas station. She'll message me and go, oh my gosh, I just gave somebody a sample through drive-through. Like, I gave them an activate in my business card through drive. Like, she doesn't even care anymore. And it's because she started doing the things that scare the crap out of you. And she kept doing them until they didn't scare her anymore. You guys got to do that. Like literally, who cares? I used to care so much. I was so afraid of that rejection. I was so afraid of like being thought of in a certain way. I had so many limiting beliefs and fears when I started this. And now I think, my gosh, like what an ass would I be if I don't share that with them? If I don't tell that struggling mama that she doesn't have to work 5 jobs, that she doesn't have to have someone else raise her kids while she works herself to death, that she can get out of her debt. Like if I don't tell that person, how rude am I? You wouldn't hesitate. A lot of you would never hesitate to talk about products. You would never hesitate to be like, oh my gosh, take this. It'll give you energy. It'll make you feel incredible. But for some reason with the business, you're not going to do that anymore. From this point forward, yes, you can absolutely message me. We can get on a Zoom or in a chat or something. But I'll tell you, the more people you talk to and the more you push yourself out of your comfort zone, the easier it gets. And pretty soon it's not scary anymore. I encourage you, if you've never talked on a Zoom, do it. Message somebody and be like, hey, if you ever have an opening on your Zoom, I'd like to share my story. Or I feel confident at this. Can I talk about this? The best way you can level yourself up as a leader is to teach. It's the same thing with a teacher, right? They tell teachers, like the more you teach, the more you learn. The better of a teacher you become, the more you help other people learn something. I will tell you, if you haven't spoken on a Zoom, do it. Even if it's 5 minutes. I have a Zoom, we do I'm trying to think. So every single Tuesday we have a Thrive Live. So if you ever want to hop on a Thrive Live and share your story, we do those. Every single Saturday morning, we have a newbie Zoom. So we get a lot of new people together and we teach on something like the basics. We teach how to post, how to do a reach out, how to add friends, how to filter your pictures, like the basic stuff coming into network marketing. And then every Monday night, we do an open Zoom. You guys, you know how scary this was for me to start? I started this a few months ago. So we started doing open Zooms on Monday night. If you guys aren't doing those, you can always join me and speak on them or start your own. But this is really cool. I will tell you, this has brought a lot of new blood into my organization. So every Monday we do a team Zoom, but I share it publicly. I let potentials sit in and listen behind the scenes. And it has been incredible for our team. So just recently I started streaming it live to Facebook, which scared the crap out of me. Like, can you imagine a team Zoom streamed live to Facebook? Everybody can listen in. I started doing that. So I started out with, hey, if you've been invited from somebody, make sure you get back with your person, blah, 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 you know, making sure everybody knows, get back with whoever they've seen this with. But then I go over the 400 and 800 pack. I never talk about the 200 to anyone because nobody needs to buy the $200 upgrade. So I share the 400 and 800 pack. I talk about VIPs super briefly. I talk about the product super briefly. And then we hop into our team Zoom. And we share it with potentials. Because here's the thing, most people are scared to join your business because they don't understand it. They don't understand. They don't know what's going to be expected of them. They don't know what the people is going to be like. They don't know if they're going to be judged. They don't think they can be successful. But when you give somebody a behind the scenes look, like, hey, we're all sitting here in our pajamas, no makeup. We're being real and raw. We're doing life together. We're encouraging each other. We're loving on each other. We're teaching each other. And when people can see the community, they go, oh, wait a minute. I am just like those girls or guys. I am just like those people. I can do this. I can do that too. And I will tell you, like I used to just do this basic posts. And it says like, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Join us Monday. The Zoom link will be in the comments. You can get a behind the scenes look at how we feel incredible and make money from our phone. And that's kind of like my post. And I still do kind of the same post, but I do stream it live now. I just jumped off the cliff. I was like, screw it, let people judge me. And I share it now to Facebook Live. But what's cool about that is when you have those people that are really scared, you can say, listen, I know that this is a big leap of faith for you. I'm going to share this link with you. You can hop on, you can have yourself muted, you can have your camera off. No one could even know that you're there, but you can listen in and you can get a real behind the scenes look. I mean, I encourage you to try it, or you can steal mine always, but I encourage you to try something like that, because that, for me, that was my biggest fear. I never in a million years thought that I could talk to people. I never thought that, bye, Jessica, have a good day. I never thought that I could be successful at something like this, because I mean, you guys, I was the person that would go into Walmart and like put my hood up and like tighten it and like don't make eye contact. Like, I hope nobody recognizes me. I do not want to adult. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to have conversations. I don't want to like fake be nice. And that's who I was before Thrive. I was terrified of being seen by anyone that I knew. Like, I would rather grocery shop at midnight when no one would be around than come in contact with someone that would want to have a conversation. That's where I was at. So when I started this business, I was like, man, yeah, okay. Everybody's successful by talking to people. Like, I can't talk to people. And that self-development came in, and the products changed my life, and you guys changed my life. And I started gaining confidence, and I started realizing that there's so much more than just being me and Brian against the world. Like, that's how I felt life was. It was us against the world. And then this tribe came into my life, and I realized I don't have to do life alone. I can be me. I can share my fears. I can talk about the hard things. I can talk about my traumas. I can talk about my kids. And there's people that are genuinely interested, and they want to clap when I win, and they want to hold me up when I don't. And that was new to me. I went through my entire 30 years of life. Well, I'm 33 now, but I went through my entire first 30 years of life not thinking that anyone would ever have my back outside of my household. And this changes everything. And think about it. How many people on your friends list are alone right now? How many people would do anything for this community to be able to go to Vegas with us in a couple of months and experience something so insane as being surrounded by thousands of thrivers, taking over Vegas, having the most incredible epic experience of their life. But if you don't talk about it, don't compare. Oh my gosh. Do you want to talk about that for the next 3 minutes before we do the giveaway?
Sure. I'm not really good with time frames, but that's all right. So comparing, you guys, I struggle with this so much. A lot of the times I get stuck. And again, it goes back to having to reach out to Ashley and just being like, why? Like, you get to a point where you're like, why not me? Right? Why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? And I won't lie, I'm not ashamed of anything. I have been in this company for 2 years, and I literally already see people hitting Vegas right now, right? People are hitting Vegas already at the beginning of the month. And I'm thinking, holy shit, am I gonna hit it, right? Am I gonna get this getaway? And you start to stop and you start to think, well, why not me, right? Well, because they are in their chapter 25 and you just started your book, right? So why is their book selling and mine isn't? Well, because you don't have chapters yet, right? Do your chapters, do your self-development. And that goes back to reaching out, reaching up, reaching down, over and around. I don't care who you reach out to, get your mind right, unfollow those people, and just focus and keep your blinders on. I always say, stop looking left and right, because if you are at a street and you're looking left and right to see what's coming or what's happening, you're never going to cross that street, right? Because you're constantly looking left and right. How are you going to walk straight? You're not, because you keep looking. Stop comparing. If you're going to compare, unfollow, mute, snooze, whatever Facebook lets you do these days. Don't look at the stories. Don't comment. Just stay away from it, because you can't compare your life to somebody else's. There might be a 4K or someone who's just starting, and they might come up and hit a getaway, and you could have been 40K for 2 years, and you missed one getaway because life happened. You got to give yourself grace, and don't forget that you are worthy, you are capable, and just do the things. Don't compare. That's the hardest thing that anybody in this world can do in life, at a job, in a position, vehicles, family, houses, don't compare. I don't care what it is in your life. Do not compare anything, because you don't know what happens behind the scenes with that family or what that person went through to get where they are today.
Thank you, babe. Okay. You guys want to take it away with 100 Days to Brave. And while that is going on, you guys can do me a favor and drop one thing that resonated with you today, or one thing that you learned today, or one thing you're going to implement from today, something in the comments. And then I'll just randomly pick a winner for the giveaway.
Awesome. Thank you. So yes, we are on day 94 of the world. And I apologize for my little ones in the background ahead of time, guys. All right, the world. And Jesus said to them, go into all the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. That's found in Mark chapter 16, verse 15, version ESV, sorry. Have you ever been on a mission trip? Have you ever left your home country to tell other countries about Jesus? If you haven't, I strongly suggest you do. You need to see other places in the world because you need to see how they view God. Living in every city on earth are people, men and women like you, guys like your brother, parents like your best friends, teachers like the one who gave you an A in chemistry, even when you probably didn't deserve it. Almost 7 billion people live on the earth right now. Every day, about 350,000 babies are born. That's about half the population of the whole state of Alaska. That's a lot of people. Every single person has a name, a face, a heart that needs to hear the good news about Jesus. I don't care if you go on a mission trip for 6 days or 6 months. When you go into the world, you are trading your life for a foreign life, and that takes courage. If you want to see God glorified all over the world, we need to be brave enough to see courage in all of its forms. And we need to do the thing. I can't see into your life to tell you what that thing is today, but I know enough to understand that the brave decisions you make at 15 affect the brave choices you make at 25, and they are different from the brave moments you face at 35 and 55. If you've never gone, go. If you've never had a moment when no one around you speaks your language or shares your pigment or knows how elementary school works, you need to go. You need that. You need to see the world is big and diverse, and maybe God doesn't look or sound the way you always thought he did, because the world has a lot of different looking and different sounding people, all of whom are made in his image. Save your money, raise money, connect with a mission sending organization or a nonprofit organization. Be brave enough to send that first email that says, can I go to Africa with you? Or yes, I'd like to be on that mission team to Mexico. Do whatever it takes to expand your map. Because if you go where you've never gone before, you will see God like you've never seen him before. Be brave. Consider going on a mission trip with your local church or a mission organization like YWAM.
Thank you guys so much, Sarah. Thank you. I'm just gonna randomly scroll here. Liz Shearer, you win a prize today. Message Brittany Hyder so she can get your information for Lisa. You guys are incredible. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Sarah, thank you for leading from your heart as always. I appreciate and love you. And we'll see you guys. Well, I won't see you for a while, but we'll see you guys next week. Happy follow-up Friday. Go get those follow-ups. Everybody's get paid today. Bye.